Good morning, San Luis Obispo. I'm Courtney. Hi. I actually spoke at Good Morning SLO 3 years ago, and later that evening, a very nice woman approached a black colleague of mine and told her she was great that morning. She said thank you because she felt she was great that morning. So while black in a predominantly white community, that can mean that eventually someone will mistake you for one other black person they might sometimes see who you barely resemble, if at all. We have people in supermarkets receiving well wishes for daughters they don't have, getting high fives for a saxophone solo they did not play. I was working for a company and mistaken for a board member with a different hairstyle, skin tone, and a different accent because she's from a different country. I thought, you mean to tell me I have to tell all of you apart and you cannot distinguish between just two of us? There are some cognitive explanations in a 2019 Washington Post article about people of color being misidentified in predominantly white spaces. Kareem Johnson, an associate professor of psychology at Temple University, explains a larger cognitive problem called the cross-race effect, where we have much more difficulty recognizing people of a different racial group than we do our own. And yes, if there are two white people in a space or community where there are no others, they may be conflated or misidentified. We black and other people of color have more exposure to white faces via media, textbooks, so we can be more easily able to tell the difference between people. Bringing it back to our community, while there is some cognitive explanation, this is not malicious, this is not intended, it can be funny, the impact is that it can cause harm. It can make you feel a little unseen, like the other, and like your difference is your defining characteristics. Now, if you've done this, if you've made the faux pas, don't beat yourself up. A tip, just leave the name out, like a hi and a smile is good, leave out the anecdote, and then they'll never know that you thought they were somebody else. The misidentification examples I gave are among real lived experiences of local black people in our community, and Race Matters aims to center the lived experiences, voices, needs of particularly black people in our community through anti-racism education and cultural projects. So now it's time to plug. A rather complex and ambitious cultural project we're in the process of launching is called Belonging, Local Expressions of Black Empowerment and Possibility. I conceived the idea about a year ago, now birthing it, and the intention behind calling it Belonging is to take the local discourse beyond diversity and beyond even inclusion, because if we stop at diversity, we're only asking who's in the room. Inclusion may ask if and how they are asked to participate, if they have a voice, but belonging points more to a feeling, and we tap into that by hearing the feelings, the perspectives, and the stories. Belonging includes an original short documentary, which I did produce, my first time doing that, called Cut to Be the Best, about the closing of the only black barbershop in San Luis Obispo. It was a multicultural yet unapologetically black space that fostered a sense of belonging because many felt a little more free to be their authentic selves there, because being a tokenized minority has confines, and so only being the only one can carry a burden and a pressure. In my experiences interviewing people for the project, and also with Race Matters trying to do a better job to serve the black community, I've realized that what it comes down to is that we simply need more opportunities to see each other and to just be with each other. The documentary has just added a bonus screening. The first one did sell out. The bonus screening is on Super Bowl Sunday before the game, Downtown Center Cinemas. Go Niners. 10:30 to 12. You can get those tickets on racematterslo.org, and you can see all the event lineups. There's quite a few events. We have a photography exhibit in 2 locations, SLO Library, downtown SLO on Choro. The photographs have quotes next to them, so we're amplifying voices and perspectives, which is the whole mission behind this. Art After Dark, February 7th, should be quite a party at downtown SLO. We might run out of wine, so come early. When asking project participants what would contribute to a greater sense of belonging, especially those who were transplanted here and just were lost and didn't know where to find people who looked like them, mentioned it would be helpful to simply know where Black-owned businesses are in the county. And so one event I want to emphasize, especially to this group, is Black Business Belongs. And so that's going to be a convening of current and aspiring Black entrepreneurs from across the county, a panel moderated by City Council member Erica Stewart. And we welcome supporters of all backgrounds. Support can be moral support, that can be a skill you have that could help an aspiring entrepreneur. And we intend for this to be a kickoff, not a one-off, and so we're really asking what's possible with the movement and supporting Black-owned businesses. We're ending the event series with a live storytelling event. So you'll be hearing from Black community members stories that are hilarious, healing, real, revealing, and that's how we'll end the month. So feel free to stop me before I have another idea. I'm cut off for 2020, so if you see me out there, and I propose anything, feel free to give me a timeout, but make sure it's really me.